in my current position for about 14 years. I've worked for the company for 20 years. I started as a work experience when I was 15 years old, and then I was a Saturday girl over the time that I was doing my exams. Once I'd finished my exams, I started working full-time as a modern apprentice and spent about a year and 4 months doing my apprenticeship before I qualified and was working as a stylist with Rainbow Room. The most recent project that we've probably had has been Tea in the Park. So we were in the Artist Village working backstage at Tea in the Park, doing all the band's hair for the Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So that was really, really good fun. So we got to meet loads of people and got to work with loads of different bands and just hang out with them. It's an amazing opportunity and a real privilege to be able to work at Tea in the Park. Hairdressing is an amazing opportunity to build confidence because you're working with the public all the time, you're working with teams of people. It's very much, hairdressing at the very beginning is very much like acting. When you're in the salon, you're on stage, you have to forget all your problems, it doesn't matter if you've had a fight with your mum or your brother before you come into work, because the clients come first when you're working in the salon, and the clients don't want to hear that you're miserable and that you came home from your holiday earlier, or you need to just put a smile on your face and get on with it. And over a period of time, your confidence hugely grows from it. Making people look and feel fantastic is what we do.
I've worked in my current position in Scottish Water as a people and organisational development consultant for about 7 years. Scottish Water is a utilities company. It's the sole provider of water and wastewater services to every household in Scotland. We provide about 1.3 billion litres of drinking water every day to the people of Scotland. And we have a range of roles. I think at the last count up to about 700 different jobs that exist within Scottish Water. My standard day varies quite dramatically. I can be doing events like this, out meeting customers and young people. I can be doing other types of engagement events about careers or about education that Scottish Water touch on. Or I can be doing workforce planning things within Scottish Water. I can be doing learning development events, designing, specifying, delivering them. And also I've been helping run the graduate scheme in Scottish Water for the last few years. So I look after a number of specialist and management trainees within Scottish Water. In terms of building confidence with the jobs that I've done, I've always been a bit of a lifelong learner. Try to learn from the people around about me, as well as looking outside my current role to see what other people are doing and see where we could get benefit for the work that I'm doing. The other important thing for me is networking and making connections across the organisation, and I've used various things for that, whether it's just work connections, but also joining professional bodies like the Institute of Water, where I'm able to meet other people within the industry that I wouldn't normally meet in my day-to-day job. And knowing them and having their experience to tap into is a real benefit in building more confidence.
The Science Centre is part of the education industry, and there's lots of different jobs, from working on the science mall floors to developing exhibits and workshops. You can also work in places like the tower or the cafe or the shop. My day varies an awful lot because I develop workshops for my team. So one day I might be developing a laser cutting workshop, and then the next day I might be working on virtual reality. I also train people in how to do the different workshops as well. Well, before new workshops, I would say that I would need a bit of a confidence boost because it's quite scary getting up in front of lots of young people and trying to teach them science. So I find that the best technique is to just go in and pretend that I'm not nervous, even though I actually am. To succeed in our industry, I'd definitely say it's good to have an interest in all of the sciences, not just your favourite one, and to be very creative and hardworking, and usually it helps to be organised as well. I really enjoy my job, and my favourite part is getting to do something different every single month, so you're never doing the same job over and over again.
I work in the environmental sector, so I work under the natural environment team within Land and Environmental Services. There's lots of different jobs as well as being a countryside ranger. You can be an ecologist, you can be a community engagement officer, you can be an interpretation officer, you can be a trainee ranger, you can work for TCV, you can be a park manager moving up the ladder, a natural heritage officer. There are lots of environmental jobs out there, and increasingly there should be more because of climate change and global warming and increased awareness. I'll tell you the standard day of work for my rangers, because as a senior I'm based behind the computer a lot, doing a lot of office work, but as a main grade ranger it varies. We've got 4 kind of streams of work, working with schools in environmental education, doing things like forest schools, careers days, teacher training, employability. We do access, so that's path work, promoting the Scottish Outdoor Access Code, creating new paths and doing maintenance. We work with volunteers on habitat improvement, so that's creating new homes and places for wildlife to live, like meadows and woodland. And the last stream of work is guided walks and events, so that helps us to get the message across to people to care about Glasgow's natural heritage. Most important thing I think is having experience. So whether you've had a job that's related or whether you're a volunteer, have practical experience so that when you're sitting at a job interview you can say, I'm competent at this and here's why, this is what I did. So show initiative and go out and find work. Don't sit and wait for work to land in your lap, it never will.
We're a civil engineering and building company, and jobs can be anything from constructing a new car park for a school, say, or a hydro scheme, a Scottish Power substation, landscaping works, drainage works, a kind of wide variety of stuff. I graduated just as the sort of economy was at its lowest point and companies were actually letting people go rather than taking people on. So I wasn't able to move straight into the industry from school, so I carried on working in a kind of part-time job, and just kept applying for jobs until I came across one. I think it's just about just not giving up and keep applying. For someone to succeed in civil engineering, they need to be quite organised, willing to work hard and kind of put long hours in. The hours can vary quite a lot, because if say a job needs finished, you're going to be working long hours to get it done. And I think just being willing to learn. I definitely enjoy my job. The best bit would be the kind of just the varying amount of work we get. Like no 2 jobs are the same. You get to visit a lot of interesting places and meet a lot of good people. Today's event has been really good. It's been great meeting all the pupils. They all seem really interested in all the companies that are here, and there's a lot of people saying they would like to take up joinery and plumbing. I think that all comes from your classrooms up the stairs that are set up for that already.